Hello, everyone. Welcome to TD Board Gamers. My name is Dave,
And I'm Dirk.
and today is the day we
We,
got our copy of
un,
Chapter Two.
yeah, unveiling the new Arkham Horror. So
All right, so,
we talked about it a bit on the channel, but now we finally got our hands on it.
and we're going to do an unboxing, and we'll take a look at the player cards.
So there is the front cover.
We're going to keep we'll keep the campaign cards for when we do gameplays.
There we go. Okay, so see, so we'll start with. I will work about getting those off later, but just for now, for ease, we're going to do this. All right. So, of course, we have their new rule book, which is relatively thick. So, actually, I don't know if that's thicker than the old one or not, but I don't know that I've ever even looked at the old one recently.
Well, there's also only one book. So
yeah, there's one book,
because it was Learn to Play and all sort. There was like 2 or 3 books before, so now it's just all one book.
Whoops. Okay, then of course we've got we've got.
Oh no, there is like a book. Okay.
Oh yeah, there's more than one book, and we've got a couple of things that have tokens. We'll get to those, but this is the Brethren of Ash campaign guide. So this is
So the 3-part campaign. Okay.
Yeah, so this is the Brethren of Ash campaign, the new one that comes with it. We've got the fancy bag. Did the old bag have that on it, or
Yeah, I think
okay?
But they got rid of the trench. They
Yeah.
actually have a better insert.
So then we've got the insert, and this one's paper too. I actually like the feel of it. It feels sturdier.
Yeah, but it's no longer just the trench.
Yeah, and then we've got, so there's investigator cards, the little investigator mini cards here. So we've got for the 5 starting investigators.
Yep.
Okay, so see, we already did this. Then we have, let's see, looks like these are all the campaign cards over here. Oh, these are larger than normal.
Well, those are the dividers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
They were going to come with dividers.
Oh, okay. That's what, okay.
So, sorry, Tesseract. I guess we don't need you anymore.
We might still, depending on what they do.
Yeah.
Okay, so we put this aside, and it looks like they've got them.
They got them.
I'm assuming they've got them separated.
Investigator and then the upgrade cards.
Yeah, because I'm trying to tell if
those are the upgrades.
Well, no, if they look all the same, like they're the same color, and I think they are. Nope, they've got different stuff. It looks like.
Yeah, those are the
upgrades. All
right, so we're gonna pause here and we'll lower the camera and we'll start with the Daniela. And
well, actually, before we do that, we're just gonna look at it. I'm not gonna punch them all, but we'll go ahead and just look at what they've got in the way of the counters here.
See if there's anything new.
Yeah, see, for the most part, I mean, we're probably going to continue to use the counters that we've got because we've got upgraded bits, but we'll just see what they got here.
So those who have not seen the revised core, they came with 3s and 5s. So now, they're continuing that.
Okay, so,
and
yeah, I do like that. And let's see, and they're,
yeah. It's just the backs.
Well, no, the 5s are the same front to back. I was wondering if the 3s and the 5s are going to be different. So
no,
they're all different sizes.
Different sizes, okay. Yeah.
And then of course they've got they've still got the Clues on one and the Doom on the other side, but and then you've got these little tokens here, which is
might be
player indicator.
That might be a player indicator. Yeah, I thought there was something about
which instead of I wonder what if they're doing that instead of the cards or in addition to the cards.
I remember one of the articles they mentioned that you could use that instead of the cards because I think because they're gray on the back probably, so you could show that they're exhausted.
Yeah, they're black.
Yeah,
black and gray. So yeah.
So if you wanted to use the tokens, and then
I kind of like that.
They're based on what class you are.
And then they have included some of the arrows, which that I like. We do have some of the upgraded ones, but I do like the fact that they've got them in here.
Okay.
So, yeah. All right. Cool.
All right. Yep. So we'll lower the camera. All right, so it looks like each investigator's starter deck is bundled together. So, let's take a look at
what we've got here.
The Guardian, which is Daniela Reyes.
Daniela Reyes is the first one we're looking at here. So we've got, of course, we start with Daniela here.
All right, so our first investigator is Daniela Reyes. So she's our Guardian. So she's got a will of 3, 2 intellect, 5 combat, 2 agility. She's a warden worker, and as a reaction, After an enemy attacks an investigator at your location, fight that enemy using either a basic fight action or a fight ability on a card. Oh, so that's interesting. You can do that during the enemy phase. Limit once per round, and her Elder Sign is effect +1. Deal 1 damage to an enemy at your location. She's got 9 combat, or 9 physical and 5 sanity.
Okay, and then it looks like her deck building is she's 30 deck size. She can use Guardian cards level 1 to 0 or 0 to 5, 1 to 0. Survivor cards 0 to 2 and neutral cards 0 to 5. And then she has to include her wrench, in harm's way, and a basic weakness.
All right.
All right, so getting to her wrench here.
All right, so Daniela's wrench, which I like the axe.
The looks of it, yeah.
So Daniela's wrench axe costs 2, provides a combat and a wild. If you put it into a skill check, Daniela Rhea's deck only. And as a lightning, you can exhaust Daniela's wrench axe. Choose an enemy at your location. That enemy engages you and makes an immediate attack. And as an action, you can fight using strength, and you get, or combat, I guess it is. You get +2 combat for this attack. And if this enemy attacks you this round, this attack deals +1 damage and has a, it takes up a hand slot.
Okay. And then her treachery is in harm's way, or her weakness. It's so it's a treachery. Whenever you reveal it, you put it into play in your threat area, and then after you deal damage to an enemy, you're forced to take a damage and place 1 damage on in harm's way. And then once there are 3 or more, you discard it. And then if the game ends with this in play, you're going to suffer 1 physical trauma, in addition to anything else that if you turned up like dying during this turn, you're going to suffer an additional 1 because this was in play. So you definitely want to make sure that if you do happen to die, that this card's not out, because that would be bad.
Yep. All right, so let's take a look at the Guardian card she comes with.
Well, do we want to? It looks like there's Guardian cards with each of them.
Well, yeah, but we're going to keep the decks together. So.
Oh, these are their actual decks.
Yeah.
Okay.
These are decks. Yeah. No, those other Guardian cards are the upgrades.
Okay. Well, the treachery card then that she comes with.
Okay, so her random weakness.
Her random one.
Yeah, is wounded. It's an injury. Revelation, put wounded into your play. In your threat area, force, the first time you move each turn, take a damage, and you could spend 2 actions to discard wounded.
Okay.
Right. Now the Guardian.
All right, so the first one we've got here is the Bodyguard. So this is a 3-cost Guardian asset. It provides a physical or strength, I don't know, whatever they call it in this game.
Combat.
Combat. Okay, so it's an ally that must be assigned or may be assigned damage dealt to other investigators at your location. So, yep. But only other investigators, I guess, that can't be assigned to damage to you?
Well, no, you could always assign
it to
yourself.
You're right. Okay, yeah. Nope. It took me a second. Just the way it was worded, I was like, wait a minute. Okay, but as a reaction, whenever he's defeated, you're going to deal a damage to an enemy at your location. He has 2 health, 1 sanity, and he takes up an ally slot.
The ally slot. All right,
well,
we have
for now. I haven't seen anything else that gives us.
We have endurance.
We've only looked at 1 card so far.
We have endurance here. 2-cost asset. It provides a combat and agility if you put it into a skill check. Talent, lightning, spend a resource. You get +1 combat for the skill test, +2 instead of if this is an attack or an evasion. And as another lightning is the other option is to spend a resource. You get +1 agility for this skill test, +2 instead of this is attack or evasion. Now, what we've seen in the preview articles, there's like one of these for each
aspect,
each class.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I'm kind of liking these. I mean, we saw them in similar to chapter 1. So,
okay. All right. So then we've got, Logan Hastings, who is a unique ally. He's a 4-cost asset. He's an ally hunter, provides combat. You get +1 combat when he's in play. And then as a reaction, after you defeated an enemy, you can exhaust him to gain a resource. So he's kind of like the, who's the doctor?
Dr. Milan.
Dr. Milan, Guardians. Okay.
Well, chapter 1, Dr. Milan.
Yeah, true. Yeah, we don't know if Milan's in this or not yet. But let's see, after you defeat, oh no, I already read that. So he's got 2 health, 1 sanity, and the ally slot is what he uses.
All right, then we got an M1911, 3-cost asset, provides agility. As a skill check, uses 4 ammo, and as an action, you can spend 1 ammo fight using your combat. You get +1 combat and deal +1 damage for this attack, and it takes up a hand slot. So this is, your standard gun. And for Guardians,
Okay, it looks like we have the return of the machete. So this is a 3-cost item weapon melee asset. Provides a combat, and as an action, you can fight using your combat skill. You get +1 for the attack. And if the attacked enemy is the only engaged enemy with you, you can exhaust it to deal 1 damage for the attack. Takes up a hand slot. So this is basically identical to the chapter 1
yeah,
version.
just with the new wording style.
Yeah. Okay, so almost identical.
Yeah. Then we got Resilience. This is a card I liked when I saw it in the preview. It's 3, provides a will, and it just gives you 2 physical, 2 sanity, which is
Yeah,
nice.
and my favorite is it's not unique, so you could potentially have more than one of them, and it doesn't take up a slot of any sort. So I do like that a lot.
Pause as you bump the camera, so everything got all cockeyed.
Well, it was all cockeyed already, anyways.
All right.
All right, so now we've got a lesson learned. So this is a 1-cost event. It provides intellect and combat. It's an insight spirit, and as a fast action, you can play it after an enemy attacks you, and you can discover 1 clue at your location. So I do like the fact that we've got a couple of cards we can play during the enemy phase now in starting decks.
Then we got Right Tool for the Job. It's a 1-cost asset. It provides intellect and a skill check. It's an insight. Search top 9 cards of your deck for a tool or weapon asset and add it to your hand. So it's a nice way. It really sucks when you don't have a weapon. So
although look at those hands, they look like, I don't know, that looks like they're covered in blood to me.
Yeah, probably.
Right.
Arkham blood, no
way. Okay, so then we've got Scene of the Crime. So this is a 2-cost event. It is a bold insight that provides an intellect and a combat, but you can play it only as your first action. So it does have to be the first action on your turn. Discover a clue at your location. 2 instead if there's an enemy at the location, and it does not provoke attacks of opportunity. I like that.
And it's a reprint with the new Chapter 2 style.
Is it?
Yep. And then
you're right, it is.
Vicious Blow. So this is another reprint, but it's got new art. Provides a combat in a skill check. It's practice. If the skill test is successful during an attack, that attack deals +1 damage. So it does the same thing, but it's got the new art and the new style.
Okay, so
right. And then Danielle,
we're moving on to survivor cards, because she can use survivor cards here.
Yep.
So we've got Alexei Sabarov as a 3-cost asset. He is unique. He provides a willpower, and as a reaction, whenever your turn begins, you can heal 1 damage or horror from him. He has 2 health, 2 sanity, and takes the ally slot.
Okay.
So I like him. He's new, but I have a feeling that since we're seeing him, we're not going to see the 2 from the original game.
Probably not. Peter and Jessica.
Yeah, Peter and Jessica. They were nice.
Okay, then we got Bandages here. It's a 2-cost asset. Provides an agility and a skill. Item uses 3 supplies. If there are no supplies on Bandages, discard it. And as a reaction, after an investigator or an ally asset at your location takes 1 or more damage, you can spend 1 supply to heal 1 damage from that card.
Okay.
So healing on a
healing on a stick. You're gonna whack yourself with the stick to heal.
Not really a stick. Okay.
All right. So then we've got the Hunter's Instinct. So this is a 2-cost asset. Talent provides combat and agility. But limit 1 per investigator, uses 3 supplies. If there's no supplies, you're going to discard it. But as a reaction, after you engage an enemy, spend a supply to exhaust it. Add a level 0 in your discard pile, level 0 event in your discard pile to your hand, which in a starter deck, that's great. That can mean any asset. Once you've upgraded, then maybe not so much. But
all right. Then we got Jumpsuit. It costs 1, provides a combat and a skill check.
So it's a green jumpsuit, not an orange jumpsuit. So it's probably not a criminal jumpsuit.
It's a red jumpsuit. It's a red card. Item clothing as a lightning. During your turn, discard jumpsuit. Choose a tool or weapon asset in your discard pile and add it to your hand. And it provides 2 physical, and it takes up the body slot. So that's pretty nice. Survivors always want to be able to get cards back in their hand from their discard pile. So this is a way to do it. And giving you an extra 2 physical, which is nice.
Yeah, so that's nice. You can take one and then as a lightning action, discard it to bring something back. That is nice. All right, then we've got level-headed. So this is a 2-cost asset. It's a talent. It provides willpower and agility. But as a lightning action, you can spend a resource to get a willpower for the test, or 2 if it is for a test on a scenario card. You can do the same thing with agility for tests on scenario cards as well. So,
Yep.
All right.
Then we got the Meat Cleaver.
So this one's a reprint.
Yeah, it's a reprint.
I do love this.
3-cost asset. Provides will and a skill check. Item, weapon, melee. As an action, you could fight using strength. You get +1 for this attack. +2 instead if you have 3 or fewer remaining sanity. And if this attack defeats an enemy, you may heal a horror. And as a reaction, when you trigger the above ability, take 1 horror to deal an additional damage. So you could do 2 damage, take the horror, and then if you defeat the enemy, heal it. So
that's the plan. That's what I try to do with that one. I don't always succeed, but I try. All right, so then we've got Look What I Found. It's a 2-cost event. So it provides 2 intellects, but it's a fortune. It's a fast play. You can play it after you fail a skill test by 2 or less while investigating to discover 2 clues at your location. So this one's a reprint. I think it's the same artwork too, isn't it?
Yes,
I do think it's the same
artwork. It does the exact same thing. It's just it
is
the new. I think the only difference is it's got the Survivor logo in the corner. I think that's the only thing that's different. I don't think they had this logo before.
It doesn't look.
Yeah. All right. Then we got Shove Off. It's a 1-cost asset. It provides combat and agility in a skill check. It's a tactic. Evade using agility. If you succeed, deal 1 damage to the evaded enemy. And if you fail, return Shove Off to your hand at the end of the turn.
So I do like that. So, because survivors a lot of times fail upwards. So if you can time this right, because I'm assuming the new survivors are going to do this as well. And maybe not. I don't know if the first ones do, but I'm sure I can't see that leaving the survivor class. But if they fail upwards, then they still get the card back. That would be really nice.
Yeah, but what they did was that you don't get it till the end of the turn, so
you can't reuse it.
So you can't reuse it on the same turn to try to evade with.
Oh yeah, that'd be too. That would be too strong.
Yeah.
All right, so now we've got Slippery. So this it's a practiced skill. Provides Agility. Yeah, I don't know why. I said this multiple times already. So if the skill test is successful while evading a non-elite enemy, that enemy does not ready during the next upkeep phase. So that is nice whenever you do have non-elites. Unfortunately, half the time you don't know that going in. So it's just kind of a hope.
So is that the Arkham's version of Bang?
Yeah.
For anyone who's seen our Marvel Champions, you know what we're talking about. All right. So then we got Timely Intervention. It's a skill card, provides will, agility, and a wild into a skill check. It's a fortune, max 1 committed per skill test. You may commit Timely Intervention from your hand after revealing a chaos token during a skill test you are performing.
All right. And then let's see. Now we've got some basic assets here. So the first one we've got is a Broken Bottle. That's a 1-cost item, weapon, melee, improvise. Man, that's a lot of keywords. I wonder if they have something like in Marvel that where the number of keywords matters. Probably not. But it provides a combat in a skill, but as a fight action using combat, you get +1 for the attack, and if you succeed, you can discard the bottle to deal 1 additional damage for the attack. Unfortunately, it does take up a hand slot. I kind of wish that this one didn't take up a hand slot. I think it'd be a little bit more useful. But there's 2 copies of that.
All right. Then we got the Hand Crank Flashlight. It's cost 1. It provides an intellect, item tool, action, investigate, intellect. You get +1 for this test. If you succeed, you may discard a Hand Crank Flashlight for your location to get -1 shroud until the end of the round, and provides a hand slot. And we get 2 copies of that as well.
Okay. And then I am so glad to see that this one is still around, because this would have hurt if it wasn't. So we've got the emergency caches back. It's a 0-cost event. Play it. It's a supply. You gain 3 resources.
Especially for survive, or I mean, for a guardian who's got to
Yeah.
pay for all his assets or her assets, I guess. All right, then we got overpower. It provides combat, max one committed per skill test. If the test is successful, the performing investigator draws a card. So now this is a reprint, but the thing is now the person who actually does the skill check gets to draw a card. And before it was the person who played it.
Yeah, which it always felt like it should be the person who does the skill check. So I'm kind of glad to actually see that.
But now you're really being generous because you're
Yeah.
giving them a +2 and a card draw. So
Yeah, I think that was probably the incentive before, but I do kind of like it because it feels more accurate to what it is. All right, and then we've got 2 copies of the Unexpected Courage. This one, again, this is a reprint as well. It's an innate skill, and it provides 2 wilds, max 1 per skill test.
and 2 copies.
Yeah, I said that. All right, and then of course the last thing we've got here from the pack is
We have a reference card here. So each investigator may take up to 3 actions during their turn. Available actions that may be taken is draw 1 card, gain 1 resource, activate an arrow, which is the action ability on a card, play an event or asset card from your hand, move to a connecting location, investigate your location, engage an enemy at your location, attempt to invade an enemy engaged with you, fight an engaged enemy at your location.
It feels like there's more of a reference card than the last one.
Well, I don't think. Well, I like to have these little reference cards because I don't think they had those before.
Didn't they?
No.
Oh, okay.
Parlay an enemy at your location using a card ability. Resign from the scenario using a card ability. And then we got the lightning or reaction card abilities. Do not cost an action to activate. Remember, if you're engaged with 1 or more ready enemies, taking any action other than evade, fight, or activating a parlay or resign ability provokes an attack and opportunity from each ready enemy engaged with you.
Oh wait, I thought the resign did provoke an attack of opportunity. Did that change, or was I always
no resign? I don't remember.
I think I might have been doing that wrong. I think I've always done that.
Well, they also could have changed the rules a little bit too.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
All right, so then of course I do like the fact that we've got the round sequence here. So of course the Mythos phase, you're going to skip it during your first round, but you're going to put a Doom on the agenda. If the threshold is met, you're going to remove all that Doom and advance the agenda. Each investigator draws an encounter card from the top of the encounter deck. The investigation phase, this is where you're going to start on a normal first turn on a normal game, but in any order each investigator takes their turn, performing up to 3 actions. That's one thing I've always loved about this game is you get to choose the turn order. Then you got the enemy phase. Enemies with the hunter and patrol keywords move. As a reminder, they move toward the nearest investigator, whereas hunter moves toward the nearest investigator. Patrol moves toward their specified target. I thought hunter had specified targets.
Sometimes some of them have prey.
Oh, okay. And then each target engaged attacks if able. And of course, that is after the hunter and patrol. So of course, if they move on that, they will also ready or engage. And then the upkeep, let's see. Oh, in the enemy phase, it doesn't mention that they unexhaust, or does that happen? Oh, that happens probably during no?
Unexhausted enemies get to attack. See, at the upkeep phase, everybody readies.
Yeah. Okay. Reset actions. Flip. Everybody readies. Basically, ready all exhausted cards. Each investigator draws a card and gains a resource, and then everybody checks their hand size and discards down to 8. Okay. So.
Right. Yeah. And I'm going to assume each deck has that. We're not going.
Yeah. My guess is it looks like we've got one at the back of each of them so far because Dexter, who is next, also has one.
Oh, we're going to do the Mystic next. Okay.
I'm doing them in alphabetical order by name.
Okay.
That's the way they actually were in the box.
Oh, all right. All right. So then we have Dexter Drake. It's a Mystic. 5 will, 2 intellect, 2 combat, 3 agility. He's performer, sorcerer. As a reaction, after you play an asset, either return another non-story asset you control to your hand or play a different asset from your hand. Limit once per round.
You do have to pay the cost.
Yeah. And paying its cost. Yeah. And then as an Elder Sign effect is +1, you may return a non-story asset at your location to the owner's hand. And he comes 6 physical, 8 sanity.
Right. And his deck building is 30 deck. 30. I think all of the starters are going to have 30. just like most characters in the game have a 30. But he can do mystic cards, anything from 0 to 5, rogue cards 0 to 2, and neutral cards 0 to 5. And his requirements are and they don't count toward the deck knives. His for his next trick is his positive. His treachery card is going to be the Necronomicon, his translation of it, and a random basic weakness, or a random basic weakness for his starter. So, starting with.
So then we have, for my next trick, it's a 0 cost asset, will, agility, wild, if you put it into a skill check. Spell trick, Dexter Drake's deck only. Search your deck for a spell or an item asset and play it, reducing its cost by 2. Shuffle your deck. This action does not provoke an attack of opportunity, which is nice. Okay. Normally playing a card, if you're engaged with an enemy, would.
Then we have Drake's translation of the Necronomicon. This is signature weakness. It's an asset that when you reveal it, you're going to put it into play in your threat area. It cannot leave play except by the action ability below. And you cannot play assets or trigger abilities on other assets you control while this is out. To get rid of it, you have to test willpower 5. If you succeed, you're going to discard it. If you fail, you're going to shuffle it back into your deck and take a horror. And it takes up the mystic slot. So
arcane slot.
Or arcane slot. Yeah, you get 2 of those, right?
Yeah. All right, and then what's our random weakness?
Our random weakness is paranoia.
Yeah, so paranoia, it's a madness. Revelation, lose all your resources. This is one of Dirk's favorites.
Yeah.
Especially with the mystic, who cards are expensive.
Yes. All right, then we've got Cloak of Resonance. This is a 3 cost item clothing alchemy asset. Clothing alchemy, I like that. It generates a willpower for skill checks. As a reaction, whenever horror is placed on the cloak, you can exhaust it to deal a damage to an enemy at your location. That's kind of cool. Does not provide cannot provide any physical, and it gives you 3 sanity, and it takes up the body slot.
Okay. All right, then we got the Cosmic Flame.
I like the artwork on this.
3 cost asset. It generates a combat and a skill check. It's a spell, uses 3 charges, and as a action, fight using your will, which of course is what mystics are famous for, is doing everything with their will stat. If you succeed, you may spend 1 charge to deal +1 damage for this attack. If you reveal a skull token during the test, remove 1 charge from Cosmic Flame. If you cannot, take 1 damage and discard this card. It takes up the arcane slot.
So what is actually cool, though, is you don't have to do that extra test, so you don't have to risk losing the card.
But if you choose to do the extra no, if you ever reveal a skull, you're losing a charge. But if you don't do the extra damage, you don't have to spend a charge.
Yeah, so that is nice. I like that. All right, next we have got Jim Culver. So he's coming out as an ally now. So I'm wondering if that means we're not going to see him,
or they're going to do, do something like Marvel does, where some of the heroes can become allies, and
that is true.
Do this, maybe
that is true.
Maybe the investigators can be allies now.
That would actually be kind of cool. But then you'd have to be careful. You couldn't play him if somebody else.
Right, because they got the unique symbol. So
of course he is unique. He's a 4 cost ally performer asset. He provides willpower. You get +1 willpower while he's in play, and then after you take damage and or horror, exhaust him to draw a card. He provides. He's got 2 health, 2 sanity, and takes up the ally slot.
Okay. All right, then we got Lucky Charm.
Always have to be Lucky Charms.
It's a 2 cost asset. Will, item, charm, blessed. Uses 4 charges. As a lightning, spend a charge and exhaust Lucky Charm. Move 1 damage or 1 horror from a card at your location to a card you control, and provides 2 sanity and takes up the accessory slot.
Then we have Second Sight. So this is a 4 cost spell asset. Provides intellect. Uses 3 charges. And then as an action, you can investigate using your willpower. If you succeed, you can spend a charge to discover an additional clue. And if you reveal a cultist token during your test, you're going to remove a charge from it. And if not, you're going to take a horror and discard the card. And it'll take up your arcane slot.
Yeah. That one's a little harsher because you have to discard the card.
Yeah.
That kind of stinks. All right. Then we got spiritual intuition, 2-cost asset, provides a will and a combat. Talent, lightning, spend 1 resource. You get +1 will for the skill test, +2 instead if this is a test on a spell or ritual card. And another lightning, you could spend 1 resource. You get +1 combat for this skill test, +2 combat instead if this is a test on a spell or ritual card.
Okay. All right, then we've got the Premonition. So this 0-cost event. It's an augury. It provides intellect and agility. As a fast play action. You can play it during any lightning window. You're going to put it into play and seal a random token from the chaos bag on it. As a forced response, whenever a token would be revealed from the chaos bag for any reason, you're going to resolve this token instead as if it were revealed, and then release that token and discard Premonition. So this one, I have used it. I do like it, but it can be really tricky because, you might have something all planned out or whatever. This is a reprint.
Is it? Oh.
This is a reprint. I've used this one.
I'm trying to remember if this did the same thing or not.
If I remember right, yeah, it did. And I mean, the risky thing about it is if you put one out there and then something pops up that you weren't expecting, they're going to get whatever pops up is going to get that test instead.
Okay.
So that's the risk you run with it. But
I haven't played a lot of Mystics. I don't remember. This one I know is a reprint.
This one definitely is.
Ward of Protection. It's a 1-cost asset. Provides a wild. Spell Spirit. Fast play. When you draw a non-weakness treachery card, you can cancel the card's revelation effect and take a horror.
Okay. All right, so next we've got Will of the Cosmos. Is a 0-cost event. It is an insight augury. It provides a intellect, and you're going to place a doom on a player card you control, then discover a clue at your location and 1 clue at another revealed location. So I love that one. The fact that it does not have to be an adjacent location, so it can be anywhere on the table. I like that.
All right, then we have a Soul Link. It's a skill card. It provides 3 wild, innate spell. As an additional cost to commit Soul Link, you have to take a horror, but you get +3 to your skill.
Yeah, wild. I love that. All right, then we've got the Lucky Cigarette Case. So now we are into the rogue cards that are available to Drake. So this one, it's a reprint. It's a 2-cost asset. Provides a willpower. It's an item charm, and as a reaction, after you succeeded a skill test by 2 or more, you can exhaust it to draw a card, and it takes up the accessory slot.
Okay. All right, then we got the M1903 Hammerless. It's a 3-cost asset. It provides an agility and a skill check. Item, weapon, firearm. Uses 4 ammo. And as an action, you can spend 1 ammo. Fight using agility, which is great for rogues.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how great this is for Dexter specifically, but...
Dexter he's got a 3, so it works.
If the target enemy is exhausted, this attack deals +1 damage and takes up a hand slot.
All right. Next, we have the rogue ally that he's got available. So this is Oliver Bishop. He has an ally criminal socialite, cost 4. He provides, hold on, wait, oh, no, agility. Yep, yeah. I got it. And you get +1 agility when he comes out. See, I knew I had to get it because I got to say it again. But as a lightning action during your turn, you can exhaust him to move to a connecting location. That's pretty nice. Gives a rogue an extra movement. He's got 2 health, 1 sanity, and takes up the ally slot.
All right, then we got Silver Tongue. It's a 2-cost asset, provides an intellect and an agility. It's a talent, lightning, spend 1 resource. You get +1 intellect for the skill test, +2 instead if it's an evasion or parlay. So an evasion with using books, that's kind of interesting. Or lightning action, spend a resource. You get +1 agility for this skill test, +2 instead if it's for an evasion.
But you see, you're using your brains to evade him, so that's what it is.
Yeah, I guess it could be.
All right, then we've got Sticky Fingers. Sticky Fingers is a 1-cost asset. It's a talent. Limit 1 per investigator. It provides an agility while it's in play, or no, for a skill test. But as a reaction after you successfully evade an enemy, you can exhaust this to gain a resource. Oh, that's kind of cool.
I like the art on that one.
Yeah.
It's just a sweet, innocent little girl.
Yeah,
just
innocent.
Picking your pocket, or picking your purse.
It's Oliver Twist.
All right, then we got the Thieves Kit. It's a 3-cost asset. Provides an intellect, Item tool elicit uses 6 supplies, and as a action spin 1 supply, investigate using books or agility, and if you succeed, gain a resource, and it takes up a hand slot. And this is a reprint. Another reprint.
Another reprint is Breaking and Entering. So this one's a 2-cost event. It's a trick. Provides intellect and agility for skills, but as an investigate action, you can add your use intellect. You can add your agility to your intellect for the investigation, and if you succeed by 2 or more, you can automatically evade an enemy at the location, and this does not provide attacks of opportunity. That's the great part, is you get to investigate without the attacks of opportunity.
All right, then we got Paint the Town Red. It's a 0-cost event, provides a will and agility and a skill test. It's Fortune, Gambit, Parlay. Search the top 9 cards of the encounter deck for a non-elite enemy, draw it, and gain resources equal to the enemy's printed health. Then shuffle the encounter deck.
Yeah, unfortunately, printed health, if it's something that's got 5 per investigator, it's still only 5.
Yeah. And you brought in a nice big elite enemy.
Yeah. All right, then we have Prestidigitation. I just love saying that, Prestidigitation. So 1-cost event, it's a trick, provides a willpower and an agility for a skill test, but as a fast action, play only during your turn. You can play an item asset from your hand, reducing its cost by 2, and when the turn ends, you're going to return that item to your hand. So what is really cool about that is you play something that has uses or charges of some sort, get it out do a couple of things with it, and then put it back, so you still got more charges when you play it again.
All right. Then we have Out of Sight. It's a skill, provides agility, practice, max 1 committed per skill test. If this test is successful by 2 or more, the performing investigator may disengage from each enemy and move to a revealed connecting location.
Okay. All right, and then we're going to quickly go over the next few things because we've already seen them. We've got 2 copies of Broken Bottle.
Yeah, so we don't.
Got 2 copies of Hand Crank Flashlight. 2 copies of the Emergency Cache. Did we already do Guts?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is Guts with the new art. Provides 2 will, max 1 committed per skill test. If this test is successful, the performing investigator draws 1 card.
All right, and then we've got 2 copies of Manual Dexterity. This one provides 2 agility, max 1 per skill test, and again, the performing investigator draws a card if it's successful.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what you're going to see as we start moving on to these other investigators is, so the starter decks only had 1 copy of the class cards, but you're allowed to have 2 copies. So we're probably going to see, and we'll just speed through like we're doing a Survivor next. So if there's the same Survivor cards that Daniela had, we'll just kind of skip over them.
Yeah. Okay, so.
All right, so the Survivor is Isabel Barnes. So this is Jenny's little sister. So this is a new investigator for Chapter 2. So Daniela and Dexter were in Chapter 1, but they've changed. But Isabel's a new one. So she's got 4 will, 2 combat, 2 intellect, 3 combat, 3 agility. She is a chosen hunter. And as a lightning, during a skill test, you are performing take 1 direct horror, which means she has to take it herself. You can't assign it to something, an asset you have. Cannot commit an eligible skill from your discard pile to this test. After the test resolves, shuffle that card back into your deck, limit once per round. And her Elder Sign is effect +1. If you succeed, you can heal 1 horror. And she's got 5 physical, 9 sanity.
Okay, so what's cool though is, notice she's a chosen hunter and she's blonde. Does that make her our Buffy?
Sure.
Well, Buffy's a chosen hunter and she's blonde. All right, so then, so again, her deck size is 30. So her deck building options, she can use Survivor cards 0 to 5, Mystic cards 0 to 2, Neutral cards 0 to 5, and then she is required to use her Twin 45 and Breaking Point, and gets a random basic weakness.
Yeah.
All right.
So this was Jenny's
yeah.
guns at one point. So this is say Jenny's Twin 45.
That should say Jenny's and then have it marked out with say Isabel's. That'd be cool.
Oh, it's disrespectful to Jenny. 4-cost asset It provides a combat and agility and a wild. And it was committed to a skill test. Item, weapon, firearm. Isabel Barnes deck only. Uses 6 ammo. And as an action, you can spin an ammo, fight using your combat. You get +1 combat and deal +1 damage for this attack. And as a lightning, after resolve the above ability, spin 1 ammo and exhaust Isabel Twins 45s. Fight using agility this time. And you get +1 agility and deal 1 damage for this attack. So you get a fight with the combat, then you can turn around and do a fight with agility. So
Okay, and you mentioned the hand slots on it?
Oh, and it takes up 2 hand slots.
Okay. All right, so then we've got her breaking point. So this is her signature weakness. It's a treachery and it's a hardship. And whenever it's revealed, you're going to take 1 direct damage. And if you have 6 or fewer remaining sanity, you'll take another direct damage. And if you have 3 or fewer, you're going to take another. Wow, that's bad.
Yeah,
she could get hurt really bad. She does up to 3 damage, depending on what kind of shape
and it's direct damage, so you can't mitigate it.
Ouch. And her random
is pursued. It's a terror. Revelation, put pursued into play in your threat area. Forced, after an enemy enters your location, take a horror. And as a double action, you can discard pursued.
Okay. All right. Then looking here at her rogue cards, like Dave said, we've got a lot of survivor cards. So we've already seen Alexi. She's got 1 copy of bandages. I'm thinking so. It's looking like it here. Just a quick scan. 1 copy of Hunter's Instinct.
Yeah.
1 copy of Jumpsuit.
Yeah.
1 copy of Level Headed.
Yeah.
1 copy of the Meat Cleaver. 1 copy of the Look What I Found. 1 copy of the Shove Off. 1 copy of Slippery. And 1 copy of Timeless Intervention.
Timely.
A timely intervention. You are correct.
So the pre-con decks have only 1 copy, but when when you want to do deck building, you would have to split the survivor cards from Danielle and Isabella.
Yeah, so
together.
And then let's go ahead and look at, let's see. So we've already seen the Cloak of Resonance. We've seen the Cosmic Flame. We've seen Jim Culver. Still like that.
They're all the same, yeah.
The Lucky Charm. The Second Sight. Spiritual Intuition. The Premonition. Board of Protection. The Will of the Cosmos. And the Soul Link. So, yep, all of those duplicated.
Yeah, which not too surprising.
Okay. We've, again, 2 copies of Broken Bottle. 2 copies of the Flashlight. 2 copies of the Emergency Cache. 2 copies of Guts. And 2 copies of Unexpected Courage. So, basically, we've seen all of her cards except for her unique ones.
Yeah. And, of course, there was a copy of the resource, player reference card as well.
Yeah. Everybody's got one of those, it looks like.
Yeah.
Actually does. Yeah, everybody's got one. Okay, so now we are going to move on to
Joe Diamond. He's back from chapter 1. So he has a 2 will, 4 combat. 4 intellect, 4 combat, 2 agility, detective. As a reaction, after you successfully investigate, you get to draw a card, limit once per round. And his elder sign is +1. And if you succeed, draw a card and gain a resource. And he's got 7 physical and 7 sanity.
Okay, of course, he does 30 cards. He uses secret cards 0 to 5, guardian cards 0 to 2, and neutral cards 0 to 5. And he has his detective's intuition and dead end, which have to be included, as well as a random one. So, let's look at those.
Yeah, so his detective's intuition.
I love the board on there.
Is a 0 cost event. It's will, combat, or will, intellect, wild, if you put it into a skill check. To insight, Joe Diamond's deck only. Gain 2 resources and heal 1 damage or 1 horror. And as a reaction, after you draw detective's intuition during your turn, reveal it and draw 2 additional cards. So as long as you get it during the card draw, not during the upkeep phase, unfortunately, but if you get it by drawing a card, like taking the draw a card action or any other way to draw a card, which seeker cards typically want to have larger hand sizes, so we'll see if this version does that as well. So that would be a way to get even more cards.
Okay, and I was trying to see if I could read what that report says, but I can't. It's something report missing. Can't read what the first word is.
Okay.
All right. Then we've got his signature weakness is the dead end. It's a 5-cost event.
Ends.
That ends. Oh, yep, you're right. And it's a weakness that does as forced action. Whenever you search your deck, and this is among the searched cards, you have to draw it, cancel the effects of the search, and shuffle your deck. So that means it's the only card you're going to get out of the search. Doesn't matter what else you would have gotten.
Yep.
And then as a forced action, whenever the game ends or you are eliminated, if this is in your hand, you earn 2 fewer experience. Oh, that is hideous.
Right.
Okay, I'm never playing Joe.
And it costs 5 to get it out too.
Yeah, that's an expensive one. Yeah.
That's
so
an expensive...
yeah, that's one you hope you don't turn up into the game with that sucker.
Yeah, the very last turn.
Oh, that would be horrible. All right, and his random.
His random is he's overzealous. Something Dirk's not familiar with.
Nope.
It's a flaw.
Foreign concept.
Revelation. Draw the top card of the encounter deck. This card gains surge.
Okay. All right. Let me start off here with Dorothy Simmons. So she is a unique Miskatonic ally. It's cost 3. She provides an intellect. You get +1 intellect while she's in play. But as an action, after you successfully investigate by exactly 1 or 3, exhaust her to gain a resource. Oh, so they've nerfed Milan a little bit. Yeah, it looks like.
Yeah, she's
the new Milan.
Yeah.
So yeah, he always felt a little bit strong, so it makes sense. But it is kind of sad to see him go. But provides or she's got 1 health, 1 sanity, and takes up an ally slot.
All right, then we got a reprint here. The fingerprint kit costs 4. It provides an intellect. Item tool uses 3 supplies, and as an action, you can exhaust the fingerprint kit, spin 1 supply, investigate using your intellect. You get +1 intellect for this investigation. If you succeed, discover 1 additional clue at your location, and it takes up a hand slot.
Okay, so I think that's exact reprint, isn't it?
Yeah, I believe so. Just the new art stuff,
so,
the new format.
The laboratory assistants, I'm pretty sure this one's also a reprint, but I think it's different artwork on it.
Well, no, the artwork's the same.
Is it the same?
Yeah, we'll see. I don't. Let's see. Maximum hands. I think her ability is.
Okay, so we'll see. So she's a 2-cost Miskatonic ally science asset. Provides 2 willpower, or provides a willpower 1 for tests, but you have maximum hand size increased by 2. And as a reaction, after you play the assistant, draw 2 cards. She provides 1 physical or 1 health, and she has 1 health and 2 sanity, and takes up the ally slot. Yeah, I don't remember.
I've always played Dr. Milan, so I think
not the ally that I use.
I don't think I've ever used her. They're from chapter 1, or very rarely if I did. All right. Then we got the local map. It costs 3. It's an asset. It's an agility. Uses 4 secrets, and as an action, spin 1 secret. Investigate using intellect. Investigate a revealed connecting location. You get +1 intellect for this investigation. If you succeed, you may exhaust local map to move to that location, and it takes up a hand slot.
Okay. Then we've got a reprint of magnifying glass. 1-cost item tool asset that provides intellect. It's a fast action, and you get +1 intellect while investigating. It takes up a hand slot. Oh, that's a classic. That's a favorite.
All right. Then we have some sharp rhetoric. It's a 2-cost asset. It provides a will and an intellect. And as a lightning action, you spin 1 resource. You get +1 intellect for the skill test, +2 instead if it's an investigation or a parlay. And another option is lightning, spin a resource. You get +1 will for the skill test, +2 instead if this is an investigation or a parlay.
Okay. All right, then we've got Gather Intel. This one's a reprint too, isn't it? Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think so.
The artwork looks familiar.
I don't know. That doesn't look that familiar to me.
Okay, maybe I've seen that image somewhere before.
Maybe from the article or something.
Maybe. It's a 1-cost event. It's an insight. Provides willpower and agility. No, not willpower. Intellect and agility. Intellect, that's what I meant to say. But as a fast action, you can play when an enemy enters your location to draw 2 cards.
All right. Then we got Through the Cracks. It's a 3-cost event. It provides agility for a skill check. Insight, trick, evade using agility. You get +1 agility for this evasion for each clue you control to a maximum of +3. And if you succeed, you may disengage from each engaged enemy with you and move to a revealed connecting location.
Okay. So then next we have Working at a Hunch.
Now this is a reprint.
Yeah, it's a 2-cost insight event. Provides 2 intellect if used in a skill. But as a fast action, you can play only during your turn to discover a clue at your location. And one of Dave's favorites.
Yeah. Deduction. Provides a intellect practice. If the skill test is successful while investigating a location, discover an additional clue at that location.
Okay.
All right. And then
we're going to look at her
comes in Guardians, which are all going to be this
Guardian cards.
Probably all be reprinted.
So we've got the Bodyguard again. We've got Endurance. We've got Logan. We have the M1911. The Machete. The Resilience. It's a great card. The Lesson Learned. That's out of focus. The Right Tool for the Job. Scene of the Crime. And Vicious Blow. Okay. But our next card is a new one.
Okay.
So next we have 2 copies of Fedora.
Fedora, which is a 2-cost asset, provides an agility and a skill tech, item apparel, headwear, and new to chapter 2 is a head slot. So we didn't have a head slot before. And so provides 1 physical and 1 sanity.
And it's great that the first head slot one we've got is the namesake of the namesake image of the card of the slot, the Fedora. All right. Then of course we've got 2 copies of the hand crank flashlight, 2 copies of the emergency cache. We have 2 copies of Overpower. So this is
which we've seen.
Did we already see Overpower? Was that with him? Yep, you're right. Overpower. Okay, so this one's new then, right? Perception?
Yeah, I don't because we haven't seen.
Yeah.
Oh no, that should be what. Oh yeah, we're playing. Yeah, I don't think we've seen that one yet. No, yeah, because this is the first time we've had Seekers, I think. I mean that's
okay. So the Perception is 2 copies of it. There's a practice skill, provides 2 intellect, max 1 printed or max 1 per skill test, and of course, like the others, if the test is successful, the performing investigator draws a card.
All right, and then our final investigator.
Our final investigator is going to be our Rogue,
which probably
happens to be the very first class I ever played,
and I'll have Seeker cards as well. Probably be my guess.
Yes.
All right, and this is one of my favorite characters, Trish Scarborough. I always liked her from chapter 1, so we'll see what the chapter 2 version of her does. She provides 2 will, 4 intellect, 2 combat, 4 agility. She's an agency criminal. You may take an additional action during your turn, which can only be used to evade. And her elder sign gives her +0. But after this test resolves, you may disengage from each enemy and move to a connecting location. And she's got 8 physical, 6 sanity.
Okay, of course she'll have 30 card decks. But she uses rogue card 0 to 5, seeker card 0 to 2, neutral card 0 to 5, and her signature cards are her covert ops and black chamber operative, and she'll of course get a random weakness. All right, so her covert ops.
All right, so covert ops. It's a 2-cost asset. It's in the shadows. Provides 1 book, 1 agility, 1 wild. Commit to a skill test. Talent, intellect. Or illicit, talent, illicit. Trish Scarborough's deck only. After you evade an enemy, exhaust covert ops, either draw 1 card or move to a connecting location.
Okay. And then her black chamber operative. So this is a humanoid courtier. Weakness, he has a fight of 2 or combat of 2, an agility or evasion of 4, He has 2 health. He is Hunter. Trish Scarborough is his prey. And I wonder why it says only.
Because that's the only person he goes after.
Yeah, but what did you say, Trish Scarborough?
Well,
oh no, it would say that then because if somebody else was closer, they would go to.
right.
Okay, that makes sense. So he's
All,
only going after.
Yeah, he only cares about Trish.
Okay, so then as a forced action, after you evade the operative, you're going to place one of your clues on your location. And if you cannot, the enemy readies, engages you, and makes an immediate attack. And he deals a physical and a mental. Oh, he's nasty.
And then probably the last unique card in this deck
Yeah.
is the random weakness, syndicate obligations, basic weakness, pact, syndicate revelation. Put syndicate obligations into play in your threat area. Force, after you spend 1 or more resources, take 1 damage. And as 2 actions, you can discard syndicate obligations.
Okay.
Right, so we're going to assume all the rogue cards are the same.
So yeah, but we'll at least, so yeah, lucky cigarette case, the hammerless, you've got Oliver, you've got your silver tongue, you've got your Oliver Twist sticky fingers, you've got your thieves kit, you've got your breaking and entering, you've got your paint the town red, your prestidigitation, and your out of sight. So those are all duplicates.
Right.
And then as far as your seeker cards,
Uh-huh.
of course, Dorothy, you've got your fingerprint kit, you've got your assistant, you've got your local map, got your handy dandy magnifying glass, your sharp rhetoric, your gather intel, your through the cracks, working a hunch, and deduction. So those are all the same. And let's see, what about the, so there's not, well, I thought we might see another fedora, which, I mean, kind of surprised me she was going to be wearing one, but she doesn't. She has the broken bottle again. Hand crank flashlights, emergency cash, manual dexterity,
Which we've seen.
and perception.
Which we see.
So, yep.
All right. So, yeah. So when you are deck building, then you'll have to kind of pull the cards from 2 different investigators. But if you want to play the precons, of course, then they got them bundled by the precons.
Oh, right. But
one thing that Arkham does versus, say, Marvel Champions is, because you saw like one of the weaknesses, you earn 2 fewer experience points. You actually earn experience points that you can spend to upgrade your character between scenarios in a campaign. And this box comes with a 3 scenario campaign.
So we are going to look at the upgrades in a second, but I figure first let's go ahead and look at what we have left of the...
we have a few more weaknesses.
A few more weaknesses we're going to look at. So
yeah,
we've already seen Paranoia, so there's a second copy of that. Let's see, we've got Amnesia here. So this is a... whenever you reveal this one, you're going to choose and discard all but 1 card from your hand. Okay. And there are 2 copies of that one.
Okay, then we have the Nameless Lurker. It's a humanoid monster. It has 2 combat, 1 hit point, 2 agility. He's aloof, which means that he will not engage you. You actually have to actively engage him.
It's just like me.
Yep, we're going to spawn at the farthest empty location, unlike Dirk, unfortunately. Force. When the investigation phase ends, if the nameless the nameless lurker is ready and has no doom on it, place 1 doom on it. So doom, of course, is what you put on the agenda, and if it reaches the threshold, then the agenda will advance. And if he attacks you, you're going to take 2 sanity damage.
All right. And then I love the fact that they referenced some classic literature with this one. The gold bug. It's a basic weakness. It's an item, relic, alchemy, cursed. It takes up accessory slot. But as a revelation, you're going to put this into play in your threat area. And the only way to have it leave play is to use the action below. While it's in play, you get -1 health and -1 sanity. And you're going to shuffle this into your deck as your action. So this one does not go away unless you have some way to discard it directly from your deck.
So this has 2 annoying things. So it can give you a -1 health and -1 sanity, which could defeat you. It could defeat you. But even worse is it takes up the accessory slot. So if you had another item in the accessory slot, another asset, You lose that asset.
Well, and even worse is this one does not go away.
Right. Yeah.
So it could come back at any time.
So if you have like a critical accessory card in your deck and you draw this as your random weakness, you are not going to be happy.
Yeah, and we generally we don't draw our weaknesses until the last thing we do after we've built the deck. So we have no way to know. So I don't know.
That's the way you're supposed to do
I know that's the way you're supposed to do it, but I know that's not the way everybody does it.
Yeah.
All right. So now we're going to go through the upgraded cards here. So,
all right. So for Guardian,
2 copies.
Yeah, so pretty much all these cards are probably going to be 2 copies for the most part. So see the little dot there? So that's how much XP you have to spend to get it. So this costs 1 to play it, 1 XP to add it to your deck, or I should say it replaces a card in your deck. Because that's what you do is when you upgrade cards, you remove cards from your deck and put these upgraded cards in instead. So it's provides 1 combat, 1 agility, spirit, tactic, fast, play when an enemy attacks an investigator at your location before resolving that attack, cancel that attack, and deal 1 damage to that enemy. So you could conceivably take them out, which is nice.
All right. So then I double checked. Dave is right. There are 2 copies of everything that we're going to have left from here out. So the next we've got the bodyguard. So this is a level 2 upgrade. He is an ally, provides a combat and a wild for skills. Again, he can be assigned damage dealt to other investigators at your location. And when he's defeated, you're going to deal 2 damage to an enemy at your location instead. And then he has 3 health and 2 sanity.
So one thing you do, like when you spend experience points, you would replace the level 0 bodyguard with the level 2 bodyguard.
Correct. Although, if you're just putting one fresh into your deck, you still only have to pay for the 2. But if you
you still have to switch a card out.
You do have to switch a card out, but if you were to on this after you've upgraded, if you were to put a different level 0 in, you have to pay 1 for swapping the card.
Yeah, I wasn't going to get into that, but you can't have 3 bodyguards in your deck. You can only have a maximum of 2 bodyguards. So if you decide to if you had 2 level 0s and then you upgrade one of them, you got to remove one of your level 0s.
Okay.
All right. Then we got Sledgehammer. This is 3 XP and it's also 3 costs to play it.
Now I've got that song stuck in my head.
Provide 2 combat, item, tool, weapon, melee. As an action, you can fight. This attack deals +1 damage. Or as 2 actions, you can fight. You get +3 to the attack for this attack. And if you succeed, you may exhaust Sledgehammer for this attack to deal +2 damage.
It's the
up
Mystic Hammer that moves them back, right, from part 1. There's one of them that whenever you one of the sledgehammers or hammers or something that whenever you damage them with you move them 1.
I don't remember.
Okay, I don't remember.
But it takes up 2 hand slots.
All right, then we've got the Winchester Model 12. So this is 5 XP, costs 4, provides 2 combat, but it 3 ammo counters. You can spend an ammo to fight using your combat. You'll get +3 for the attack, and if you succeed, it deals +1 damage for each point that you succeeded by up to a maximum of 4. And if you fail and would deal damage to another investigator, it deals 1 damage, 1 damage for each point you fail by to a maximum of 5. Ow! So you can actually hurt your fellow investigators even worse. Ouch!
And it takes up 2 hand slots.
Takes up 2 hand slots. Ow! That's nasty. See, it shook my world.
And he had to bump the camera, apparently. All right.
Oh, that was the world shaking.
Then we go to Seeker cards. So now we have a Mysterious Grimoire. It costs 2 XP, 3 to play it. Provides 2 intellect. Item Tome uses 4 secrets. As a lightning action, during your turn, you could spend 1 or 2 secrets and exhaust the Grimoire. Search the top 3 cards, or 6 instead if you spent 2. Of your deck for a card and draw it. If 1 or more weaknesses are among the searched cards, draw them as well. So in addition to the card you want, and shuffle your deck, and it takes up a hand slot.
So I wonder was it Trisha's? No, who was it? Somebody's.
Well, it cancels the.
Yeah, it cancels it instead. So you would draw. Yeah, that would be.
That's Joe's, I think.
Joe's. Okay, I couldn't remember which one it was.
Yeah, because he's the seeker. So
okay. Right. Then we've got Through the Cracks. So this is a 2 cost upgrade. This one provides it provides. Oh dang it! Now I forgot because you agility and wild. And then you can evade using agility. You're going to get +2 for the evasion for each clue that you control, up to a maximum of 6. Oh, that's nice. So you could get actually 12. That's
no, maximum +6.
Oh, maximum +6, not 6 clues. Okay, I got you now. If you succeed, you can disengage from each enemy engaged with you and move to a revealed location. Connecting, yeah.
All right, then we have Studious. So there's 2 copies.
Yeah, there's 2 copies of all of them.
Okay, sometimes there's limited 1 on permanents. All right, so this is 3 XP. It's a permanent. You begin the game with 1 additional card in your opening hand. So now with permanents, this does not, you do not swap out cards. This does not count as part of your deck. This is just like a card that's going to start the game out. And you get an extra card, so you'll have 6 cards instead of 5 for your opening hand for a cost of 3 XP.
It's kind of nice. All right, then we've got Unbridled Knowledge. So this is a 5 XP. It costs 1. It provides 2 intellect and a wild for skill tests. But you're going to reveal the top 5 cards of your deck. 8 instead if you control 2 or more clues. Draw 3 of them and place the rest of them on the top or bottom of your deck in any order. Oh, that is nice. You get to pick the order and where they go. I like that. That's probably why it cost 5.
Yeah. All right. Then we have an upgraded Sticky Fingers. She's got more skilled at picking people's purses.
Her fingers are stickier.
They're stickier because she's like
she's using Stickum now, the stuff that the football players use.
Bought some candy with the money she stole before. Now her fingers are even stickier.
Oh, okay. That's a good one.
2 agility, talent, fast, limit 1 per investigator, and as a reaction, after you successfully evade an enemy, exhaust Sticky Fingers and gain some more candy. Gain a resource.
So the upgrade of this one is it provides an additional agility, and it's a fast, right? That's
yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think that's the real difference on this one.
Like after you successfully evade
Yep,
enemy.
it's a fast, and it provides 1 additional. Yep.
Yeah, fast and an extra agility. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, the fast is super nice then.
Yeah.
All right.
It did not cost an action then.
All right, and then we've got 2 copies of Decisive Strike. So this is it costs 2 XP, 2 to play, but it provides a combat and an agility if you're using it in a skill test. With this, you fight using combat. You're going to get +2 and deal +1 for the attack. And if it defeats an enemy, you're going to gain 5 resources.
Ooh.
That is super nice that you get this as a rogue. Let's see if they turn around, and in one of the upgrades, I can still turn around and do my old Preston thing with that.
All right. Then we got another day, another dollar.
This was nice.
3 XP. It's a permanent. You begin the game with 2 additional resources.
All right. Then we have Arasat. So this is, it's a 3 XP for this. That's a practiced expert skill, provides 3 agility when used, but you're going to max 1 committed per skill test. And if the test is successful by 1 or more, the performing investigator may disengage from each enemy and move to a revealed location up to 2 connections away.
That's pretty huge. If you're engaged with more than 1 enemy, you just evade the...
That gets you away from hunters and stuff too.
Yeah, you can get far enough away. Yeah, but you evade the one with the lowest evade skill, and you get evade all of them.
Yeah.
All right, now we move to Mystic.
Move on to the Mystics. I love the artwork on this.
So we've got Mask of Silenus, or Silenus, Mask of Silenus, I guess. It's costs 1 XP. It costs 3 to pay for it. Provides a wild item, mask, relic, and it's cursed. Uses 3 charges, and as a reaction, when you would reveal a chaos token, you could spin a charge, reveal 1 additional token, choose one of those tokens to resolve and ignore the other. And if you resolve a token with a symbol, you take a horror, and it takes up a hat slot. So yeah, this is kind of nice because in the scenarios, the symbols are usually pretty bad. It might even have a secondary effect. It might be like, oh, -2, and it does something else.
Yeah, the other elder thing tends to be one of the worst. Usually, not always, but usually.
But unfortunately, if you do draw 2 symbol tokens, then you're going to take a horror.
And it's terrible if they're both the same thing too.
That's true.
So you don't even get a choice of which one to do then.
So you wasted 3 resources and a horror.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how it goes though. All right, so then we've got Fearless. So this is it's a skill. It's 2 XP, provides 2 intellect, or no, 2 willpower if used in a test. But it's an innate and developed skill, and if the test is successful, you're going to heal a horror. 2 instead if you succeed by 2 or more. That's a nice one.
Okay, it's a skill card, so you can only put it into a skill check.
What did I say?
You said if you put it in a skill
Oh,
check.
yeah. Well, that's before I read down what it was.
Well, but it was a skill card.
I haven't read that far yet.
That's the very first thing you read. All right, so
oh yeah, you're right. Okay,
Honor of Elkos. He's such a Dirk. It costs 3 XP. It costs 2 to play it. Will, intellect, wild, spell, augury, investigate using books. Add your will to your books for this investigation. If you succeed, discover one additional clue at your location. And if you succeed and a token with a symbol was revealed during this test, you may discard a terror or hex treachery from any investigator's threat area. Yeah, so sometimes treacheries hang on to investigators, and might be that they have to make a skill check to make it go away. So this could be a way to help remove a terror or hex. And it doesn't even, and the other investigator doesn't even have to be your area. Oh, that's pretty nice. A lot of times it'll say investigator at your location. It does not say that. So you could do this to any investigator.
Oh,
that's
this one nice. Might have a special place in my heart now.
Yeah, it costs 3 XP.
Yeah, but
still. Yeah.
All right, and then the last of the Mystic cards here we've got is the Cosmic Flame. So this one's 5 XP. It's a 3-cost spell. If you use it during a skill test, it's going to provide willpower, combat, and a wild. But if you play it, it's got 4 charges, and as an action, you can fight using your intellect. No, you're using your willpower, and you get +2 and deal +1 damage for the attack. If you succeed, you can spend a charge to deal an additional damage, or no, deal 1 damage to an enemy. So it can be any enemy, the one you just hit or a different one. And if you reveal a skull token during the test, you're going to remove a charge from this. And if not, if you can't, you're going to take a damage and discard the card instead, and it takes up your arcane slot.
All right, so yeah, so this is the upgrade from the basic one, which, so there's an extra charge, more skills.
2 extra skills.
2 extra skills, and you get +2 to your will.
Yeah, so it's substantially better card, but it does cost.
But it does cost you 5 for each card.
Yeah.
If you get 2 copies, that's 10 XP.
Yeah, so you're probably not getting both of those after the first thing. All right, moving on to the survivor cards.
Okay, so we've got Scrape By. It's a 1-cost event. It provides a wild to do a skill check. Fortune, fast play when you would fail a skill test during which a non-auto-fail token was revealed. You succeed at that skill test instead, and if a token with a symbol was revealed during the skill test, take 1 horror. But sometimes that might be worth it, if it's taking the horror might be worse than the -4 plus blah 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 happens,
Yeah, and I like the fact that you don't have to do this before the test.
Yeah, you get to
so you're going to know whether or not that symbol's there.
Right, as long as you don't draw the auto failure.
Yeah. Well, if you can't even put it in, if you draw,
yeah, you can't play it. You can't play it.
All right, then we've got the old compass here. So this is a item tool asset. It costs 2 XP. If you use it in the skill test, it provides 2 intellect. And as an action, you're going to investigate using your intellect, and your location gets -1 shroud for the investigation. If you fail, you can exhaust the compass to attempt the test again. And if you do, it gets -2 for the shroud instead. And this will take up a hand slot.
Yep. All right. Then we have On the Brink. It's a skill card. It costs 2 XP to add it to your deck. Provides 2 wild.
Got to add it to Isabella's deck because it's her.
Gambit, Desperate, max 1 committed per skill test. If the test fails, return each other card committed to this test to its owner's hand, and you get to draw a card.
Now, what I want to know is she's got twin 45s, but why she only hold 1?
because she hasn't reloaded it. But you got two copies of the card.
Oh, okay. Okay, there you go. All right.
She uses one card on skill test against one enemy, and then she uses the other gun for a skill test.
Okay, we're going to go with that. We'll go with that. All right. And then we've got the upgraded meat cleaver here. So this is a 3 XP for this. Cost 2 to put it in play. If you use it in a skill test, it's going to provide a, damn it, willpower. Apparently, I have no willpower because I can't remember these things. It's going to provide a willpower, a combat, and a wild. And as an action, you can fight using your combat to get +2 for it, +3 instead if you have 3 or fewer remaining sanity. And if it defeats an enemy, you're going to heal a horror. So that's just like the first one on the healing part, but you get +1 for each of the stats. And whenever you trigger the above action, you're going to take a horror and it deals 1 additional. That's as a reaction.
Yeah,
and takes a hand slot.
So the difference is it's 1 cost cheaper to get it out, and then it gives you an extra +1.
Yeah, and it provides more stats if you have.
Yeah, and more stat into a skill test. Yeah.
All right, and now Dave hasn't seen these yet, but I was so glad to see that these have returned.
Okay,
we've talked about whether or not this card was going to come back.
I was thinking it might be too powerful.
I was so glad that whenever I flipped through and saw this.
All right, yeah. So we got Charisma. It costs 3 XP permanent. You have +1 additional ally slot. So as you saw in these decks, they had 2 allies. 1 for each class. So you could conceivably have both your allies. But you would have to. You're not going to start with this card in play.
Yeah.
So
what is notable here is there's only 2 copies of it, yet there's a 4-player game. Or, well, technically you can do 5.
Well,
not everybody gets Charisma.
You get to fight for it.
Not if you're using the same set. And then 2 copies of the Relic Hunter. So these are both reprints from the original. But the Relic Hunter, this is 3 XP for this. Also a permanent, and this one gives you 1 additional accessory slot. So you could potentially have 2 accessories out with that.
Or if you're unfortunate to get that 1 weakness that takes up the accessory slot, then you might want to invest in this card so that you don't lose your other accessory.
If that came, yeah, that is actually a good way to do it. Which I've done stuff like that before.
Yeah. Sometimes, I mean, we don't have all the cards here, obviously, with the new set, but in Chapter 1, sometimes you had to buy spin XP to offset the random weakness that you get.
Yes,
because it could devastate your deck. All right. Well, yeah. So,
and then of course we kind of showed them briefly earlier, but of course you've got the little miniature cards for each of the investigators,
right? And so you could use these to like when you're when you're taking your turn, or you could use
those fancy new tokens,
those little tokens that we saw. Yeah.
I mean, I've always kind of liked these, but the tokens do seem like they might be a little bit easier. But I like the flavor of it.
It also depends on how much table space you
want
to use, because these take up a little bit more table space. All right. Well, anyways, so yeah, definitely looking forward to trying out the new campaign and trying out these decks, and then deck building with the Chapter 2. There's also an article like on the current format. So for people, the cards that are staying in print. So this will replace the original. Well, the original core set's long gone, I guess, but this will replace the revised core set. So, but this is an evergreen product, so this should be available for the rest until they do a 3rd or a 4th core set, I guess, someday.
Yeah. So of course, also, I mean, if you own cards from the original, whatever, and you want to play them for fun or whatever, there's nothing stopping you from playing any card that you want to for fun. Where this is really going to matter is if you're either trying to use deck building restrictions to kind of limit yourself, make it more interesting, or if you're going to any events, you are almost certainly going to have to use the newer stuff.
Yeah,
is going to be my guess.
Yeah, and it's kind of this. If you follow our Marvel Champions, we've talked about this as well. But Arkham is, they do what they call the nice edge, and so I think they're really going to want you to, because they said they're going to design the new campaigns based on the current format, and so there's some pretty powerful cards that that will not get reprinted. I'm guarantee it. And eventually
I'm still waiting to see if my favorite card from the the base is going to show up because
Actually,
it's not here.
I actually thought Charisma and Relic Hunter would not be.
Yeah, we were debating.
that
And
was-
we both kind of were thinking that they weren't going to show up. So I am glad to see them.
Yeah.
But, you know, is my favorite one going to show up?
Yeah. Wow, the fact that you put it in every single deck is the reason for it to not come back. All right.
What was it? We went to an event one time and somebody was explaining stuff and they said, but him, not him. He always uses this card.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Well, anyways, so yeah, we're gonna definitely try to get some gameplay with the new campaign. And so thank you for watching, everyone. Please like and subscribe.
And if you want to see more content by us, go and hit that notification bell down there and you'll get alerts whenever we post new videos. All right, see you.